All right. Thank you, Mr. President. My question is still on the costs of living crisis, which has been described as the worst in a generation, and then the budget as well. Your plan is to, inflation is currently at 34%. Your plan in the current budget, in the 2025 budget, is to bring it down to 15%.
Yeah.
How do you plan to do that?
Okay. One, produce more for consumption locally. Export, imports. Give reasonable level of funding and assistance, low interest rate to farmers. Improve the security, as you see in the budget, so that they can return to their farms and, produce more food. And encourage the procurement and manufacturing of drugs in Nigeria. We have what it takes. Talk to Professor Patrick. He's doing an excellent job. Trying to encourage. All I need to do is put the incentive in place in order for them to harness what is possible in Nigeria. It is about time we do all of those. Bring the cost of governance down. We try.
Sir, I wanted to follow up on that and ask, aside healthcare that you've mentioned as your priority for more production, you said to produce more. What other sectors are you targeting? Are you looking forward to in terms of more production?
Drug production. We are talking of agriculture. We're talking of export incentives. Harnessing our marine ecosystem, bring affordable transportation. We have this compressed natural gas program that is taking hold. You bring the cost down gradually.
So that was a follow-up. So my question is regarding foreign direct investments that you've been working on. We've seen Shell make commitments to invest $5 billion in the energy field.
Yes.
We've seen Total Energies as well. What other sectors are you expecting investments to come into next year? And how are you going to attract investors to come, entice them to come to Nigeria?
Incentive for auto manufacturing.
Okay.
Today we have solid mineral in abundance. Kaduna has the largest deposit of lithium. That's around the same thing. And if you encourage electric vehicles plus the compressed natural gas, you will attract automobile assembly in Nigeria instead of this second-hand market that is not creating jobs.
So what incentives specifically? You said incentives.
Tax incentives.
Is it okay? Tax incentives.
Tax holidays.
Okay.
Land rebates. Manageable pays.
Okay.
A lot of broad-based economic program that is attractive to foreign investments.
Okay. I want to take us back to the matter of the tax reform bills that you came up with. It's still generating controversy in the country. Some people are not happy. They are complaining that there wasn't enough time to engage stakeholders so that they can come to some unanimity on the matter. I know that you've met with some governors and some leaders, especially from northern Nigeria. What is the situation on the tax bill? What steps are you prepared to take so that we can put this matter to bed? And then secondly, you talked about your desire to reduce the cost of governance. Many people will say you have not. Yes, you took some steps earlier, but they will say those steps are not enough. You have a very large cabinet and they will want you to do something about the size of your cabinet. Is it something that you are prepared to do? Basically, what do you intend to do to bring down the cost of governance?
I'm not prepared to bring down the size of my cabinet. One, I saw the need when I put them together. You don't give somebody an assignment that they cannot fulfill. No. Job description must be efficient and effective. Nigeria is a large country, and I'm glad you are here. If you are to entertain over 200 million people just on entertainment, calculate how many stewards will you require. That's just, for entertainment, not the cleaners, not the desk tables. Excuse me, let's pay attention to efficiency. Efficiency, effectiveness is the hallmark of the philosophy behind that cabinet. I'm not ready to shrink a little bit of it. I need them.
They are all adding value.
Effectively. Show me one. And I argue with you.
Well,
show me one.
Well,
that is a second part of the question.
Okay. Yes, I was going to ask a
That's the tax. The tax.
Tax reform is here to stay. If we cannot just continue to do what we were doing years in today's economy, we cannot retool this economy with the old broken folks. The essence of the tax reform is to eliminate colonial days assumptions in our tax environment. I was once the governor of Lagos State, and I remember what I met, and I'm proud of what I left and what it is today. It's a large state now, and it's still expanding. the greatest real estate value is here. You have to accommodate all of that. You have to put that one into the economic calculations.
Yes, Mr. President, but it's not the rationale for your tax reforms bill that is in question. That is understood, Mr. President.
Good.
Yes. I think what especially critics are arguing is that it seems to be rushed and that you could have perhaps preceding, just before the presentation to the National Assembly, you could have sought maybe for more dialogue, a political solution to preempt the outcry and resistance that you faced afterwards.
Every tax situation without outcry is not a tax. Well, you cannot satisfy uniformly the larger community of tax evaders. Look at this tax reform. It's pro-poor. The vulnerables are not to pay taxes. All we ask for is widen the net, bake the cake larger, so that we can share a larger meal. What is the need? They will still ask for this consultation no matter how long I delay it. The hallmark of a good leader is the ability to do what you have to do at the time it has to be done. That's my philosophy. You have given me the mandate to govern. Let me govern within the limit of my capacity. And I believe I have that capacity. I believe so. That's why I went into the race. I am focused, laser focused on what Nigeria needs and what I must do for Nigerians. It's just not going to be El Dorado for everybody. But the new dawn is here. I'm convinced, and you should be convinced. You should help propagate that conviction.
I'm dialing back, Mr. President, to the budget. The value in Naira of the current budget that you presented is 49.7 trillion. But there are some people who have worked it out and said that in terms of dollar value, because of the depreciation of the Naira, we probably lost about $8 billion we have to buy. How are you going to meet that deficit?
I don't spend in dollars. I only associate with it because of the global transaction. But Naira, for Naira, it's okay. Even the target of this administration is based upon what we earn in dollar converted to Naira when you look at the petroleum revenue. But today I can tell you, push me to my brag mode. In the last 3 months, I've not taken a penny from NNPC before I meet my other obligations.
Quickly.
Yes.
To me, that's excellent.
Yes, well done.
That's excellent. I repeat, without falling back to the old order, without going into ways and means, I've met all obligations.
Mr. President, are you marking yourself? Are you marking, when you say that's excellent, are you scoring yourself?
Why not? Will you score me?
Shouldn't Nigerians do it?
If you help me to. But I should grade myself if I did my own work right.
Well,
Sir, I wanted to come back to
break, and then we'll come back.
Sir, I wanted to go back to the issue of the tax reform. One of the key contention there is the VAT. And I wanted to know if, you said the tax reform has come to stay, but I wanted to know if you are prepared to make any concessions regarding that VAT that seemed to be problematic.
Why do you want to know that today? Tax matters are subject of debate, reviews, negotiations until you reach consensus. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't mind cutting edges. I will.
On that note, Mr. President, we'll take a short break here on the program. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first media chat here in Ikoyi, Lagos. We'll be right back. Stay with us.